Hello, this is Ralph Fusatola with the Life Spirit Center, here to talk to Nancy Orland Weber of Lightwing Center about raindrop technique. Now, Nancy is a good friend of mine, known for many years. She's a registered nurse, and she has some interesting things to say to us today.
Thank you, Ralph. Along with being a nurse, I'm a clinical aromatherapist certified and a certified raindrop technique practitioner and instructor. So I'm here to tell you that when I first got into aromatherapy, I thought, I don't see the point, until two wonderful friends came over and did what they call a raindrop, which I had heard of before but didn't know. It was a dropping of essential oils that were therapeutic grade. They came from Young Living, and they dropped them over the aura about 6 inches above my spine, and then they feathered them into my spine very gently, very gentle, right over the skin. And then they also had done my feet on the foot reflexology points of the spine. Within 5 minutes of it, having had a permanent disability since I am 25, I knew it had changed. Some of the most hardest parts of those disabilities disappeared in 5 minutes. So I stood up and I went, what, when, where, and how? And I was blessed within weeks to go to see Gary Young, the founder of Young Living, teach for 3 days raindrop technique and the chemistry of the essential oils. I walked out. I was not the person who walked in. So I'm here to share with you the power, the benefits, the wonder of raindrop technique and aromatherapy, and our website is lightwingcenter.org, and on there you can find a lot and email us. I wish you well, and I wish you as much magic and success in your journey as I have had and am having in mine. Come out with me dancing one night. You'll know why. My wheelchair's in the shed. Thank you.
We're going to also discuss this with your husband, Dick Weber, who's had similar experiences. But let me say that my experience with raindrop technique has been, while not as intense as yours, very, very interesting. The technique definitely addressed some of the issues I was facing. I had a noticeable impact from just the experience of these therapeutic grade oils dropped along my spine and feathered out. Lower back pain completely resolved. Very interesting technique.
And how did you feel emotionally?
Relaxed, wonderful.
Isn't it? Everybody's face looks different after raindrop. They look much younger, softer, easy, and everyone reports the best night's sleep.
Exactly.
I know. Even insomniacs.
Right, exactly.
Which is wonderful. So.
All right. Well, let's bring Dick from the other side of the camera, and let's have a discussion with him about his experiences as well. I think that you'll all be very interested in the raindrop technique certification program that we've put together between Lightwing Center and Life Spirit Church. Now, that certification program is at the Lightwing website, which, as we said, is lightwingcenter.com.
And for all those who are interested, if you host it and gather 10 people anywhere in the United States right now, correct?
But worldwide eventually.
Eventually worldwide. I will come and teach, and I will sometimes bring another teacher with me if we have more than 10. And the fun of it, the wonder of it, you will read a little bit on the website, call, we're happy to speak to you about it. And now I'd love my husband to come and speak about his experiences, because I trained on him. I did a raindrop on him every week for a year.
Very good.
Amongst everybody else I worked on. And I'd like to hear his experiences, because he's the silent type.
Come and join us, Dick. All right.
Thank you so much, my good friend, mentor, and co-conspirator.
Exactly.
I don't want you to think that raindrop causes hair to grow on your face, especially you women, right? I happen to be festooned like this because we're going out to celebrate the finishing of a documentary on the Frankincense Trail, which I was so privileged to be part of, thanks to the aforementioned Gary Young, our founder. I have a science background, as Nancy so aptly told you. I'm a physicist and an electrical engineer. I've worked in biomedical devices as well as other aligned and related fields. We believe that health is a God-given right. It is something that makes us more human and more effective in our life. We would like to promote that health.
And what we're going to do is we're going to promote the use of raindrop technique as taught by Gary Young. So we intend to do that through our certification program, Raindrop Technique Certification Program for the Young Living Oils. And that certification program is sponsored through Life Spirit and through Lightwing, and it's intended to assure the public that individuals who are engaging in raindrop technique are people who have been properly trained. That training is a 3-day process, as Nancy Weber explained, and it's a process that includes not just hands-on about the actual use of the therapeutic grade oils that are dropped through the aura onto the spine, but also the practical steps of how do you establish this technique as part of your practice of what I like to call advanced healthcare. Many people who are coming into the certification program are individuals who are nurses or chiropractors, physicians, hands-on healers of various sorts. And they're learning this technique as part of what they do. Mothers, fathers, other individuals who are caregivers are also learning the technique. And we're trying to do with this certification program, which actually is legally and officially sponsored by Life Spirit Seminary, and results in the creation and for you of a proper certification that you can use as evidence of your training. But in addition to the actual technique, we go over how to set up your practice. We talk about the legalities of your practice. I do a lecture during the weekend on the ethical and legal standards that apply to these advanced healthcare practices. All of this is wrapped into the program in a way that's both practical and experiential.
Done, Ralph. It crystallized for me what our intent is. I always appreciate that. The first part of the seminar, or the 3-day workshop, will be in building a ministerial practice.
Well, the practicalities of how do you account for the funds coming into the hands of the practice. How do you use those funds?
The first part builds up your confidence, your ability to handle groups, to minister to people spiritually, to engage in creative visualization, meditation, to do the things that strengthen the spirit side of life.
And that's all being done in the context of actually using the essential oils to experience their effect during that process of learning.
The second phase is the one which Ralph spoke to, which is giving you a perspective on the legal aspects and the pitfalls and how you can avoid the pitfalls and move yourself away from the forces of coercion and toward a place where you have safety, you have the ability to in fact help yourself. And to mention that Nancy had a life-enhancing experience with raindrop technique. I did as well. My first revelation was that my wife would not be pushed around anymore.
Literally pushed around.
Literally pushed around.
In a wheelchair, right? I got it.
We had gone to Disney World on a regular basis, and it was wonderful to be the front of the line to get the back door. That stuff's all taken from me. So raindrop giveth and raindrop taketh away.
All things in balance.
All things in balance, indeed. And this is in balance.
Right. And that's what we're trying to do with this program. We're trying to give you a good basis with a practical approach, with the ability to actually interact with people in a very new and exciting way. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I think that what we've done with this program is going to be very, very beneficial.